Вихід, пішли.
Плюс маскування укриття, маскування укриття.
Вистріл!
Ukrainian forces crush Russian attempts to open new assault axis toward Zaporizhzhia. In the early hours of the morning, Russian occupation forces launched yet another failed assault in the Zaporizhzhia direction, attempting to break through Ukrainian defensive lines and open a new front near the village of Stepove. According to Vladislav Voloshin, spokesman for the Southern Defense Forces of Ukraine, the enemy's plan was to expand its offensive scope by striking along a fresh axis, a move that ended in disaster.
Там пятый, да? Мина!
Ukrainian intelligence had earlier detected a buildup of Russian forces and equipment in the vicinity of Zherebyanka, where the occupiers were amassing infantry and light vehicles for what they believed would be a surprise offensive. The plan was to advance toward Lukyanitsky, with Stepove as the first breakthrough point. Before dawn, the enemy initiated 2 consecutive assaults, supported by small armored units and fast-moving infantry groups. In one of the attacks, the occupiers resorted to an unconventional tactic, a mass motorcycle assault, involving at least 6 vehicles loaded with assault groups. This desperate attempt to quickly close the distance and overrun Ukrainian trenches was immediately spotted by aerial reconnaissance and crushed by precise defensive fire. The Ukrainian troops, they not only stopped the enemy from entering Stepove, but also destroyed their assault groups, including the motorcyclists and accompanying equipment. As the attack unfolded, Ukrainian artillery and drone units coordinated with infantry on the ground, striking the advancing formations with devastating accuracy. Several Russian vehicles were destroyed before they could reach the line, and the few that made it closer were neutralized by small arms fire and FPV drone strikes. By mid-morning, both assault waves had been repelled, leaving the battlefield littered with burnt-out motorcycles and destroyed equipment. Ukrainian positions remained fully intact, with defenders reporting no loss of control in the sector. This latest failed assault underscores the growing desperation of Russian forces in the Zaporizhzhia direction. Analysts note that the use of motorcycles for mass attacks, a tactic increasingly seen on several fronts, reflects the severe shortage of armored vehicles and the occupiers' willingness to throw unprotected troops into suicidal assaults. Despite heavy losses and repeated failures, the enemy continues to attempt local offensives to divert Ukrainian forces and test weak points along the defensive line. However, near Stepove, the Ukrainian response was swift and decisive. The situation remains fully under the control of the Ukrainian defense forces. Every attempt by the enemy to probe our lines ends the same way, with their equipment burning and their manpower eliminated. The fighting near Stepove is part of ongoing clashes across the southern front, where Russian forces are trying to regain lost initiative after a series of Ukrainian counterattacks and precision strikes on logistics hubs and rear depots. The Zaporizhzhia region remains a key axis of confrontation, as the enemy seeks to create pressure points to distract Ukrainian reserves. For now, Stepove stands firm. The Ukrainian defenders, holding their ground against waves of Russian assaults, continue to demonstrate the same discipline, coordination, and precision that have defined their operations throughout the southern theater. At the same time, Ukrainian defenders from the 110th Separate Mechanised Brigade have successfully destroyed a Russian sabotage and reconnaissance group that infiltrated the village of Verbove, Zaporizhzhia region, in an attempt to stage a propaganda video with a Russian flag. According to the brigade's report, the enemy group entered the settlement undercover with the intention of filming a staged video showing Russian troops allegedly raising the flag in Verbove material intended for Russian media and propaganda outlets. However, their plan was quickly exposed. Ukrainian forces detected the infiltrators and engaged them in combat. In a precise and swift operation, the soldiers of the 110th Brigade eliminated the SRG, neutralizing the threat before the enemy could broadcast their fabricated success. Following the clash, Ukrainian troops cleared the settlement and reaffirmed control over Verbove. Verbove remains under the control of the Defense Forces of Ukraine, the brigade emphasized, dispelling circulating reports of a Russian breakthrough. The unit also addressed false claims published on certain online resources, including Deep State, which had been used by Russian information operations to sow panic and confusion among Ukrainian audiences. We urge citizens not to trust unverified sources or enemy information and to rely only on official reports from the Defense Forces, the brigade's statement reads. The failed Russian operation once again highlights Moscow's continued attempts to combine information warfare with localized provocations on the frontline tactics aimed at undermining Ukrainian morale and inflating Russian achievements. Despite these efforts, the defense forces maintain firm control in the area. Ukrainian troops continue to hold their positions in the Verbove-Robotyne sector, where heavy fighting has persisted and Russian assaults have repeatedly been repelled with significant losses.
Выстрел!